So the Indiana Fever have waived Jillian Alleyne after the game yesterday against the Brazil national team. They have officially waived Jillian Alleyne. For some reason, why is Google Chrome having a new tab? What is going on at my computer right now? I don't know. But anyway, Jillian Alleyne has been waived, which is not a surprise to anyone. This shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. I thought she came on, couldn't hit a free throw yesterday, but she was active. I don't see her being picked up by a WNBA roster. I do think that she very much just, again, didn't really look up to it. After a really good season in Turkey, I thought there was a very good chance, but then once they signed Michaela Timpson, I thought that was a long shot. But I didn't know what they were going to do with the draft, if they were going to stash players, what they were going to do. I thought there was a shot of her making the roster after how she played in Turkey, but it's clear that maybe it was a little bit like a Jaylen Brown from the previous year, where it was really good stats on a real bad team and making it look like she was better than she was. Albeit, you could see the energy yesterday, 6 offensive boards, worked hard, can't falter. Best of luck with whatever happens in the season, just probably not quite a WNBA level player. However, this is the most shocking one, Bree Hall. And just like Jaylen Brown, in fairness, played decent defense, got some steals, played with some good energy, but also can't put the ball in the basket. Like, she is a high volume shooter who can't score. And when it comes to Bree Hall was what the team seemed like they needed. She could shoot the ball. Her shot looks pure. She had 9 points in the game yesterday and is a good defender, can handle it a little bit. And I think that's why they got rid of her. And you're wondering, why are they getting rid of Bree Hall now and not letting her play another preseason game? Because if you waive Bree Hall today, the Phoenix Mercury can pick her up. The Seattle Storm can pick her up. So I said this in my live stream, and I'm pretty confident there's going to be videos throughout the day where I'm talking about how I would prefer if the Fever kept Bree Hall instead of Bree Turner, depending on Michaela Timpson. And that video, in fact, is actually going to be coming out a little bit later where I'm talking about Michaela Timpson. Obviously, that is an individual point that is going to be... it's going to be out, but I don't change what I said about Michaela Timpson. But this is basically paying for the sins of Lyndon. This is paying for the Katie Lou Samuelson max contract. Because all they had to do was not give Katie Lou a 2-year max contract. And Bree Hall will be on this team. Bree Hall will be on the Fever team, fighting it out, battling it out with Lexi Hull for that spot. Is it Lexi's to lose? Of course. But she'll be battling it out with Lexi Hull for that spot. However, now we're looking at Bree Hall, who's no longer on the Fever team. And I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Another Dawn Staley guard getting cut again. She's going to get picked up straight away. She'll be picked up straight away. She practiced /play with the best in the world in the future. GOAT, a story to tell the grandkids, best of luck. She'll be picked up. Hey, they drafted her because I knew the space to make the roster was slim. Appreciate them giving her a shot and for allowing her to play. She was never making the team. She was never making the team over why you draft someone just to release them. This is they're genuine idiots. This is a Cheyenne Sellers thing. It's there's not only a certain amount of spots to leave because there aren't that many roster spots. Draft guarantees them a tryout only. This was known before the draft. The Fever had no roster spots available. They don't have the cap space. Everybody knew everyone was competing for one player, for one spot. If you can keep Lexi and Jaylen Brown, surely you can keep... They're not keeping Jaylen Brown. Lexi's on guaranteed money. How dumb are people? How dumb are these fans? Do they not understand Lexi's on a guaranteed contract and Jaylen Brown is not making the team? And by the way, Bree Hall's better than Jaylen Brown, which is why they cut Bree Hall. Jaylen Brown is going to be playing in the next preseason game. And the reason why Jaylen Brown's going to be playing in that game, she has no shot at making the team, is because, again, she's going to give a little bit of energy. They're going to give her a shot. The reason why she got a shot over Bree Hall against Washington is because Jaylen Brown has a bit of WNBA experience, and Jaylen Brown has, she had experience with Amber Cox, a good relationship there with that in Dallas. And then for Yvonne Ejim, maybe Yvonne Ejim just practice as well. Maybe they just want players in for practice because maybe Caitlin Clark's not going to go super hard for the next week. But no one's picking up Jaylen Brown. If Jaylen Brown gets cut, nobody is picking up Jaylen Brown. But Bree Hall is being picked up. Maybe Jillian Alleyne just wasn't at the level. But Bree Hall is 100% being picked up by the why is this? Oh my god! Sorry, my computer updated before recording this. I gotta get this out quick. I do apologize, but Bree Hall basically is going to be on a WNBA roster this year, and I said this tons of times before. Like, cutting Lexi Hall for Bree Hall is impossible. Imagine trading away Lexi Hall for nothing. Imagine trading away Lexi Hall, getting nothing back, because teams know, like GMs know, that if you're looking to trade Lexi Hall, the only reason you're looking to trade Lexi Hall is that you believe Bree Hall is better, but you also know you know they have to cut Bree Hall. So if the Fever believe Bree Hall is better than Lexi Hall, then why not just get Bree Hall? So like there's a Fever don't believe that, by the way. That's just a hypothetical. People are wondering why they can't trade Lexi. Why would anyone trade Lexi when they know the alternative is, the only reason they'd be trading Lexi is they want to keep this other player, and if the alternative then is getting that other player that they think is better than Lexi, take that other player. But it's not the case. I thought Bree Hall was good yesterday. I thought she proved that she belongs on our roster, or at least deserves a shot. Like, do I think she makes a final roster? I'm not sure. But when it comes to the WNBA, I'm going to be honest. The Seattle Storm are a team who are in ACL hell. I'm going to make that video later today, but they've got 3 players on their team who've torn ACLs. Like, it's not like this is a team that is some sort of like picture of health. They've 3 torn ACLs, and 2 of the 3 are at Bree Hall's position. This Seattle Storm team does not have any wing depth. So she goes to the Seattle Storm, and all of a sudden, she's not starting because of Alicia Clark, but she's probably coming off the bench and in the rotation. She goes to the Mercury. She might be competing for a starting spot. Like, if I'm Cheyenne Sellers, I'm happy. If the Valkyries weren't going to want to have you, if you weren't going to replay for the Valkyries, I would rather, if I was Cheyenne Sellers, be cut, because I can go to the Mercury. If you're any of these players, by the way, getting cut, if you are a WNBA level player and you are a bench WNBA level player, the best thing you can do is get cut, because the Phoenix Mercury need players. They need players. They've got literally no bench. They've got nothing. They need players. As of right now, Celeste Taylor might start for that team. Like, if you are any of these players, you want to be cut because the Phoenix Mercury need you. They might need you. The Dallas Wings, they don't need you. The Chicago Sky, they have their team. The Fever have their team. The Lynx have their team. The Liberty, maybe there might be, no. I was going to say, if the Liberty needed somebody, they would take one of their many, many unbelievable international players they've stashed. The Valkyries have a deep roster. The Mystics do as well, in fairness. But a lot of these teams, if there's no preseason games tonight, so it allows any team to pick her up and immediately slide her right in. Maybe not play her in their first preseason game, but most teams are playing 3 preseason games, and it means she gets to play 2 of them. So I wonder who's going to pick her up. My guess would be one of the Storm or the Mercury, but I would be shocked if Bree Hall is not. Wouldn't be shocked if she's not on a roster, but I'd be shocked if she doesn't get another chance to make a roster in preseason and is not at worst signed by somebody during the season as a hardship player. But yeah, even like the Liberty, I don't think she'd be a bad signing for the Liberty because she knows her role. She plays defense, she shoots. I was thinking about the Liberty, and the Lynx, unfortunately, just have too many players like that. And they signed Carly Samuelson. If the Lynx didn't have Carly Samuelson, the Lynx might have picked her up. Like, she is a defender who shoots the 3-ball. Any team could have done with her, and the Fever could have done with her. But we gotta call out one of the great coaches of the WNBA and someone who used to know basketball in Lynn Dunn. We gotta hold Lynn Dunn accountable for this, because this has screwed the old franchise. But anyway, I'll see you guys.